Okay, hello again. We're here at the fire, which I've fired these clay pieces at, and I've provided a bunch of pictures so you'll be able to see some of the process that I went through. What's really important for firing pieces is having them all the way completely dry. There's a couple ways you can do that, and I'll talk a little bit about the drying process in general. It's the longest phase of making a clay piece. You make it, and then it really needs, if it's a complicated piece, like this teacup that you've seen, that needs numerous days. A week is good. For smaller medallion pieces, those can dry pretty quickly. You can even leave them in the sun, and if you get much bigger, like this size, the bigger the piece. I don't have an exact rule to give you, but it'd be good for when you make your pieces to even just kind of wrap them in plastic a little bit and maybe give them about a week or so to dry. And then when you go to fire them, one thing you can do is you can leave them in the sun all day, or you could put them in an oven on 200 for a couple hours, and that'll make sure it's all the way dry. What I did, and you'll see in the pictures, is I arranged them so they were receiving the heat of the fire long before they went in the fire, and that would serve to dry them out. And why don't you just come in and, no, wait. So when you go to fire them, whether they're all the way dry or not, they can't take the shock of the heat of the fire immediately. So I put them on the edge, and then I worked them in slowly over the course of like an hour. And I had a fair amount of success. You can expect that some pieces may not survive. So that's what I did. And if you come in and just have a look at you can see that there's the cup in there under this big log. I'm gonna push out of the way. And there's the bell, and here's the little bowl that I made. And we'll do another quick video when I get them all out so you can see them all. But sometimes pieces crack, sometimes just pieces pop off. Like there's a piece that popped off, and we can talk about that more when we get a better look at them. So that's maybe it for now. Hi everyone. It's kind of late at night, and I've packed up my bags to head back to Austin tomorrow, and I want to say an extra special thanks to Cami for offering to collaborate with me on this project, and for doing some of the videoing with me, and for doing all the awesome tinkering that she does. So I hope you guys all love her and get to see some of this stuff. So it's late at night here, and here's the fire, and you can see the pieces in there. And I'm gonna pull all those out and see what survived and what didn't survive. For some reason, this wanted to just break off, so it's a little sad. But wow, look at those colors, huh? All right, so I'm gonna pull these out, and we'll do another one. And here are all the pieces now that they've been fired. The most interesting thing to me about the firing is how amazing these colors are. Like, look at this. Look at that. That's where, well, I've come to expect that things break. This one broke in the drying process, but I fired it anyway. You can see how, since it cracked, the clay still moved quite a bit and made the crack much bigger. These are a pile of pieces. This came out okay. And you see that shine on there. That shine is because I polished it with the back of a spoon. This crack really surprises me. I'm surprised that that cracked like that. The bell came out nicely, and it'll, when I get the little, here's the little ball that's gonna go in the bottom of the bell. And as with the heating process and the drying process, you don't want to take the pieces out of the fire too fast. I just let them stay in the fire until the fire was all the way out and cold, and I was able to go in and just pick them right up. There's this, and there's the impression of the feather. Oh yeah, this came out really nice. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty. Here's another leaf impression. You know, we've seen these before. Now they're fired. You know. I think that a lot of the explosions like that just popped right out of there. I think it has something to do with the clay. It's an experiment. I'm still refining my technique. This came out okay. I love the colors. It did develop this crack here. So even when you do something as big as this, which isn't very big, you gotta dry it really slow, like give it a week or two to dry. I dried this quickly because I was short on time. And then when you're heating it and cooling it, you also have to go slow. So when I did this, I had a fire going for almost 2 hours. You can speed that up if you heat things up a little bit for a couple hours in the oven beforehand. And I guess I'll talk a little bit about how I shaped these. This is what you call a pinch pot. I just kept pinching and pinching the clay until it was this shape. Took a while. This is a much quicker, simpler shape to make. Pinch pot. And there's another example of an explosion where there was some moisture. This was
the last to dry, so it might have been a little wet when I tried to fire it. So really the only tools I used were my hands and a straw. I used a straw to just push that hole in that. Ooh, yeah, there's that side. It's pretty exciting. And I used a pencil when the clay was stiff to do that. And then I used the back of a spoon. So I guess that's it for now.